You probably hear a lot of talk about sharp bettors. The term has reached almost mythical proportions in the sports betting world. It's also a very misunderstood term. Frankly, people give sharp bettors too much credit. They think that sharps are people with inside information, foolproof systems, and more knowledge than a mere mortal could ever possibly have. It's just not true. The major difference between a sharp bettor and a so-called square is the amount of time and effort they put into their pursuit. We would expect even a bad NBA player to be dramatically better than some guy who plays in a rec league once a week. The NBA player practices and plays basketball every day, and he gets the best coaching and access to the best resources out there. The guy in the rec league heads to the gym after work and plays some ball before going for beer and wings. It's the same for sports betting. A sharp bettor is sharp, code for successful, because he spends his days and nights studying games, learning how games work, and spotting ways that profit can be found. Casual bettors look at a couple of stats, read an article or two, and pick the team they like better. It's not about inside information. It's about commitment. The work of which sharp bettors do will allow these phones determine what truly concerns and also precisely what the street to be able to gains is really. In addition, they understand what never to do. Listed below are two things that sharp bettors understand that informal bettors usually don't. The final score doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter what the final score in a game was. That's in the past and it doesn't matter. Precisely what sharp bettors are usually much more concerned about is why the end result took place. Would the actual safe bet get mainly because his or her running online game seemed to be predominant? Was it the actual loser's supplementary of which allow these individuals down, or perhaps will be the protective line insufficient? Precisely what position do turnovers have? Where being the actual turnover concerns a good isolated matter, or perhaps provides the staff struggled with him or her almost all time. Was generally there an essential harm of which got an impact? Was the actual criminal offense successful, or perhaps have been the actual details scarred through the protection and also exclusive competitors? Was the actual quitting online game beneficial, or perhaps made it happen allow the staff down? I could truthfully do not delay on, nevertheless, you receive the position. The ranking on its own says to you almost nothing. Two competitors can certainly reach a new 27 to 14 ranking, a new trillion different ways. Precisely what concerns will be the information of which went in having of which result, and also precisely what those people information can certainly let you know about precisely what might come about down the road. Well-defined bettors will look from those people information. Everyday bettors notice a new staff features, earned his or her very last two online games by simply 20 details, and also suppose they're going to do it again without taking a look at where did they made it happen and when they will are able to practice it in opposition to his or her next foe. Tease information on value. Casual bettors come to mind about that they think is going to win the experience. They produce their choices determined by who the better team is. Sharp bettors couldn't attention less about this. What they love is what the series is, how that comes even close to their view of the game, and if you find a gap relating to the line understanding that expectation. To put it differently, they love value. Whenever you can buy a gold coin for 00 plus the gold inside coin might be priced at 00, then there isn't any reason to buy the coin if you do not like that. If you should purchase the coin for 00, though, then you'll take action all day, every day. That's because there exists value there. The purchase price you usually are paying doesn't precisely reflect what you reasonably expect you'll get available the expenditure, so over time you usually are confident you may make money. That's price. Sharps appreciate that. Inside activities bet words, should they think that a new staff includes a 45% possibility of receiving a game, nevertheless the money line on of which staff is actually plus 150, then a sharp would need of which gamble, mainly because over the long term, they're going to produce a lot of money. Everyday bettors would certainly usually tend to spotlight additional staff, since they employ a much better possibility of receiving